I invite you to find a very comfortable seat. Feel free to sit up on a block or bolster to raise your hips higher than your knees. Ground yourself into the earth. Shoulders back, chest lifted. Root down into your sit bones. Finding easy pose. Bring awareness to abdominal breath. As you inhale, expand the belly. And as you exhale, release and contract. Breathe deeply for a few breaths here, landing fully in your body. Bring both hands to the belly. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Move your hands up to the rib cage. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Hands to the chest. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Feeling the deep breaths in each part of your torso. Now put one hand on your chest and one on your belly and fill all three parts. First, filling your belly, then filling up your rib cage, and finally filling up your chest. And then exhale. Doing this for a few breaths. On your next exhale, bring your hands to heart center. This is a time to set an intention for our practice today. You can dedicate it to something or someone. You can think of an idea that you'd like to reflect on throughout this practice. I would like to share that my intention for today's practice is beginner's mind. In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few. I ask myself, how can I practice beginner's mind in each pose in today's practice? What else can this pose teach me about my body, about myself? How can I bring more curiosity to each pose? Discovering what it has to show me today during this practice. Now let's open with the sound of Om. Inhale. Om. We'll start today in child's pose. Bring your hands down in front of you, roll over your knees, and we'll come into child's pose. Let the rib cage rest on top of the thighs. You can have your knees together or slightly apart. It's up to you. The arms extended out in front of you. Rest here for a moment and take a few deep breaths. Inhale, rolling up through the spine. coming up to thunderbolt pose with toes tucked. Inhale, arms out wide and up to the sky. And exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up, stretching up to the sky. And exhale, arms come down. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Coming into tabletop. We'll start by moving through a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, lower the belly down towards the earth. Open the chest, lift the head. And on the exhale, tuck the tail, draw the belly in and up. Round the upper back, press into your foundation, and tuck the chin to the chest. Again, inhale, lower the belly down, arch your back, open the chest, lift the head, and exhale, drawing the belly up and in, rounding the back. Do a few more rounds of that, following your natural breath. And notice that intention, that beginner's mind. Cat-cow is a pose that we've done quite often if you've done yoga. Try and find the places that you can stretch and feel into, that feel new. Perhaps moving through your cat-cow in circles or in a different way, maybe moving to the side and then the other side. Exploring this motion of moving your spine. From here, we're going to widen our knees a bit to the edge of the mat and bring our toes together and thread the needle. So start by inhaling the right hand up to the sky, gaze follows, stretching, twisting here for a moment, and exhale, take that hand and slide through under the left arm. Bring the right shoulder and right ear to the floor, pressing down through your left hand. Opening through the upper back. Take a few breaths here. And inhale, right hand back up, gaze follows. Exhale, plant the right hand back down firmly in the ground. Inhale, left hand up to the sky, gaze follows. Linger here for a quick twist, and exhale, slide the left hand through underneath the right shoulder, the right arm, bringing your left shoulder and left ear to the ground, pressing through your right hand and opening through your back, savoring this nice gentle twist. Inhale the left hand back up to the sky, gaze follows. And exhale, plant your left hand. Inhale, curl your toes, slightly walk your hands forward, and exhale to your first downward facing dog. Starting with slightly bent knees, feel into how you can lift your pelvis higher to the sky. Take a moment to explore your downward dog, perhaps walking your dog by bending one knee and then the other. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower the knees slowly and bring the upper body down halfway, preparing for chaturanga. Inhale forward to cobra or upward dog. Press into the tops of the feet, lift your thighs, straighten your arms, and open your chest. And exhale, curl the toes to come back to downward dog. Inhale, lift your heels, walk your feet to your hands, coming into a forward fold. Bend your knees slightly, resting your belly on your thighs. From here, slowly rolling up one vertebra at a time. Finding Tadasana, mountain pose. Fingertips reaching down towards the toes, feet hip width apart. Lift the kneecaps, lengthen through the tailbone, roll the shoulders back. Coming back to that intention of beginner's mind. Seeing how just standing here can feel like a completely new position for your body. Where can you bring your awareness in this standing position that you haven't brought awareness to before? Noticing how, even though it feels like there is stillness here, there is actually many tiny micro movements that your feet and the rest of your body are doing to keep you upright. Inhale, bringing the arms up to the sky. Right hand takes hold of left wrist. And inhale, once again, nice and tall. And exhale, lean to the right side. Stretching that side body. Inhale again, bringing your arms straight up. Switching the hold of the wrists. And exhale, leaning to the left side. Bringing space into your side body. Inhale, release your grip. Reach your arms wide and high towards the sky. Bring your palms together and exhale, forward fold. Hands come next to the feet. Option to bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to plank. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bending your elbows at 90 degrees, lower your knees and then torso to chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, expanding through the rib cage, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, draw the navel in and up, engaging through the core. Finding that beginner's mind in downward facing dog for just a moment. And inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, as you bend your knees, empty your lungs, walk, step, or hop forward to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press down through your feet, rise up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reaching up and out, gaze up towards your thumbs. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten your back, heart forward. Exhale, plant your hands, walk, step, hop back to chaturanga. Knees down or up, your choice. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Making any micro adjustments, finding cleansing breaths here. Inhale, lift your heels again. Exhale, bend your knees, walk, step, or hop forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise again. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reaching wide and high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, heart forward. Exhale, chaturanga, plank and lowering. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep spreading through the fingers, gazing towards the navel, broadening the shoulders, lifting the sit bones, heels drawing down towards the earth. Option 2, bend your knees slightly, feeling into what feels best for your body in this pose. Inhale, lift your heels slightly. Exhale, bend your knees, keep your hips high, walk, step, or hop forward to the top of the mat, folding. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, releasing. Inhale, rise all the way up, hands to the sky, and exhale, hands to heart. Bringing your hands down to your sides, back to mountain pose. See if you can notice a difference in your body after building some heat in that last sequence. Taking some cleansing breaths, nice long exhales here in mountain pose. Finding your stability, finding your stillness. Grounding your left foot into the ground, bring your right knee into your chest and give it a squeeze. Moving into tree pose, taking your right foot and placing it perhaps on your left ankle or your left calf or up on your left thigh. Squaring the hips, right knee pointing outward to the right. Finding a place to glance at, to keep your focus, and we'll hold this position for a few breaths, bringing your hands to heart center or on your hips, whatever helps you keep your balance and your focus. Keep breathing, and on your next exhale, go ahead and release the right foot back to the ground, giving your feet a few steps to find your balance again. And when you're ready, plant your right foot into the ground and bring your left knee up and into your chest and give it a squeeze. Bend the left knee and bring the left foot to the ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh of the right leg, planting into that right foot, spreading the toes, finding your stability, finding a place on the ground or on the wall in front of you to glance at to help you keep your balance. Taking a few breaths here. If you'd like a challenge, you can try closing your eyes. Really feeling how much work that foot is doing to keep you up. And take a few cleansing breaths here with your hands at your heart or on your hips. And as you exhale, release the foot to the ground, finding a moment of stability, walking your feet back and forth. And inhale, reach your arms all the way up into the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, straightening your back. And exhale, lowering down for chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale to downward facing dog. Taking a big inhale here and a long, loud exhale. From here, inhale the right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Pointing your heel to the back of the room. Then bending your right knee, stacking your hips, open your hip and give yourself a nice twist here. heel reaches back towards the glute, pressing into the right hand, squaring the shoulders as best you can. Exploring this pose with beginner's mind, pressing through your hands. And as you inhale, reach the right leg back to the back of the room, squaring your hips again. And exhale, bring your right knee behind your right wrist, coming into pigeon pose. Bringing your hips down to the ground, softening, extending the back leg a little farther, untucking the toes. And as you inhale, walk the hands back towards the hips, lifting your heart high, your gaze high. And you have the choice to stay here, or if you'd like to, you can exhale to soften, coming forward, folding over your front leg onto your forearms. Or perhaps after a few breaths, bringing the third eye down to rest on your arms or the ground. Taking a few breaths here. Feeling an opening through the lower back, a lengthening through the spine, and a sweet surrender. From here, start to walk the hands back, engage the core as we lift back to down dog, coming through tabletop. Walk your dog a bit, straighten out your legs one at a time. And inhale, reach the left leg to the sky, pointing the left heel back towards the back of the room. Then stack the hips, bend the knee, press into the left hand, squaring the shoulders, expanding into this nice twist in the side body, opening. And inhale, reach your left leg back towards the back of the room, squaring your hips again. And exhale, bring your left knee behind the left wrist, coming back into pigeon pose on the left side. Inhale, walk the hands back towards the hips, heart shining forward. Stay here, or exhale to soften, coming down to the forearms or floor. Taking a few cleansing, relaxing breaths here. On your next inhale, walk the hands back under the shoulders, raising the upper body. Engage the core as we lift back to downward dog. Straightening the left leg, bending through the right knee, walking through both feet. Bending both knees, coming into a child's pose. Hips back towards the heels, arms out in front. Exhaling into this pose, feeling yourself supported by the ground, by your body, by your mat. Rolling over your knees, find yourself in a seated position with your knees bent, and as you exhale, slowly start to lower down to the ground one vertebra at a time as we move into bridge pose. Keeping your feet planted, knees bent and together. Hands come next to the hips, palms facing down. Draw your heels in towards your glutes, feet hip distance apart, toes facing forward. And as you engage your core, press down through your feet and hands to the back of your head, your shoulders, keeping the gaze stable, lifting your hips, arching your back. You have the option to walk the shoulders underneath the body, interlace the hands, drawing your upper arm bones together. You can also just keep your hands pressed into the ground, breathing into this nice stretch, pressing your hips into the sky, away from the ground, finding full extension through the spine. Pressing your knees together, inhaling, lifting your hips a little more. And as you exhale, you can slowly roll down, starting at the top of your spine, one vertebra at a time until your hips touch the ground again. From here, raise your legs straight into the air, letting the blood drain from your feet back into your heart, taking a few breaths here. From here, bend both knees and hug them into the chest, rocking back and forth, giving your low back a nice massage. Keeping the right knee bent, extend the left leg out long. Right hand reaches for the outer edge of the foot for half happy baby, hugging the knee in towards the rib cage. Exhale, release the hand from the foot. Right knee comes back into the chest as we turn into a twist. Bringing your right knee to your left side, your right arm extends out to the right and gaze follows. Inhaling back towards center, hugging the right knee into the chest again, and exhale to release the right leg. Other side, left knee comes in, hugging it up to your chest. Reach for the outer edge of the foot. Exhale, hug the left knee into the chest and take that knee over to the side and twist to your right. Left arm extends, gaze follows, twisting from the mid-spine. Taking a few deep breaths here with every exhale, twisting further if possible. And inhale back towards the center. Hug the left knee in towards the chest. And exhale to extend fully into Shavasana. Bring your feet wider than the hips, palms resting out by your sides, letting the bones be heavy. Finding your natural breath, rising and falling. Bringing us back to our original intention for today's practice. Whatever yours was, whoever you may have dedicated this to, bringing that to mind and reflecting on beginner's mind. How can you practice beginner's mind in Shavasana? What can this pose teach you about your body, about yourself? Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes, perhaps rolling the wrists and ankles a bit, bringing your awareness slowly back to the body. Inhale, reaching the arms overhead, bringing the feet together. Big, long stretch to either side of the room. And exhale. Slowly rolling onto your right side or your left side, using your arm as a pillow. Come to find your seat again, taking your time, pressing down through the left or right hand, finding your easy pose as we begin. Keeping your gaze soft or your eyes closed. Hands come into the heart as you revisit your intention one last time. We'll close and seal the practice the way we opened it with the sound of Om. Inhale. Om. Namaste.